Hi guys, welcome to this episode of Low Carb in the Leaves with me, Dr. Mary Barson from Real Life Medicine. This week we're talking about mindset, and mindset is not about willpower. It's not. Mindset is about listening to the stories in your head, trying to understand them, and writing some new ones if you need to. We all have stories in our heads. That is how we humans make sense of the world. We are like this. We are a narrative species. We tell stories, and we tell stories to ourselves all the time. And sometimes our stories get in our way. We all of us have an inner critic inside of our mind, that inner critic that holds us back, that can sabotage our progress. And this inner critic is not a bad guy. It's not. It's a natural, evolutionary, psychological process that we all have within us. And what the inner critic is actually trying to do is to keep us safe. However, sometimes when the inner critic gets in your way, it is time not necessarily to shut it up or to silence it, because I think we need to treat our inner critic with lots of kindness and compassion, because it is only trying to help us. But we just need to put it in the back seat and not let the inner critic drive the vehicle of our lives. This is especially true when you're trying something new, when you want to change, when you want to change your health by changing the way that you interact with food, by adopting new healthy behaviors like better sleep, perhaps meditation practice, perhaps a new movement or exercise routine. It's new, it's going to be a little bit scary, and your inner critic may freak out a little bit. And that's okay. It's all right. The inner critic is just trying to keep you safe. Put it in the back seat, maybe even give it a little hug, and continue on. And one frequent story that people have in their heads, and the inner critic is a definite contributor to this inner story, is all or nothing. Perfectionism. If you're going to do a new diet, low carb, real food diet, it has to be perfect, or it can't be at all, and people are all or nothing. And the very first time that they revert to old habits and have a Tim Tam in the tea room, they're like, that's it, can't do it, knew I couldn't do it, just give up and just eat the whole packet of Tim Tams and go home and have the ice cream and give up on this entire cake because it's obvious that I can't do it. All or nothing thinking, a really common story that lots of us have in our head, and it gets in our way. This perfectionism story, is a block to lifestyle change. And we can listen to the stories in our heads, but we don't have to believe them. You don't have to be all or nothing. Quite the contrary, it's much better not to be. And that I'm either doing it perfectly or I'm not doing it at all is a story in our head. And we can listen to the stories in our head, and we can choose to let them go and write some new stories. All or nothing thinking is a really common block. It ties in with other blocks, when people have this block of fear of missing out and they get overwhelmed in the ice cream store and have some ice cream. This happened to me a few weeks ago and we did a podcast about it. So you have some ice cream, and because in that moment the fear of missing out just sort of overwhelmed you. And then people might be like, well, I had some ice cream, so it's obvious I can't do it. Just stuff it. I'm just going to continue. I'm just going to give up because I can't do this. No. When I had the ice cream, I actually just kind of laughed at myself. To be honest, I had a little bit of an internal giggle. The story in my head at that time in the ice cream parlour was that it was somehow really important that I try I don't even remember what it was, the new butterscotch caramel or something flavour, because I might never get a chance again, or there was some story in my head. And so, I went off path. I drove my little all-terrain four-wheel drive vehicle that is my health journey down a ditch. But that's okay. That's all right. I didn't even finish the ice cream. I got about halfway through it and this is not consistent with my goals. So I chucked it out and I just yanked back on the steering wheel, and then I was back on path, and I could just treat that with compassion and kindness. So that is a way in which I have overcome this all or nothing thinking. So today, guys, listen to the stories in your head. Have a bit of awareness. What is your brain telling you? Is your brain telling you reasons why you can't do this? What is your brain telling you? Just listen to it. That's all I ask you to do today. Bring awareness to the stories in your head as the first step to rewriting them with kindness and compassion. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.